Eddie Murphy strode onto the set of The View with his signature swagger, the audience erupting in cheers as he flashed that iconic grin that had lit up screens for decades. He was there to promote his latest comedy special, but little did anyone know that the morning talk show would turn into a battlefield of wits and words. Joy Behar, the sharp-tongued co-host known for her no-holds-barred opinions, wasted no time diving in. She started innocently enough, asking about his return to stand-up after years away, but then she pivoted to his past feuds in Hollywood, mentioning old rumors about tensions with other stars. Eddie chuckled at first, deflecting with a joke about how everyone in showbiz has a story or two, but Joy pressed on, her eyes narrowing as she brought up a viral clip from years ago where Eddie had walked off a set. The tension began to build subtly, with Whoopi Goldberg trying to mediate with her calm demeanor. But Joy was in her element, probing deeper into what she called Eddie's temperamental side. Eddie leaned back in his chair, his laugh turning a bit forced, as he responded with a quip about how Joy must have a PhD in stirring the pot. The audience laughed, but there was an undercurrent of unease. As the segment progressed, Joy didn't let up, questioning his choices in recent films and suggesting that his humor had lost its edge in the modern era. Eddie fired back with a story from his Saturday Night Live days, imitating voices and gestures that had the crowd in stitches, but Joy interrupted, saying it was all recycled material. That's when the first crack appeared in Eddie's cool facade. His eyes flashed with irritation, and he asked her point-blank if she was trying to start something. The other hosts, like Sarah Haynes and Sunny Hostin, exchanged glances, sensing the shift. Joy, ever the provocateur, smiled and said she was just keeping it real, but Eddie wasn't having it. He launched into a monologue about respect in the industry, how veterans like him paved the way for shows like this, and how some people forget that. The audience was hooked, alternating between gasps and applause. As the commercial break loomed, Eddie stood up abruptly, pacing a bit, his voice rising as he recounted a supposed behind-the-scenes slight from Joy years ago at an award show. Joy denied it vehemently, her face reddening, and the clash escalated. Whoopi called for calm, but Eddie was in full flow, his comedic timing turning into passionate ranting. He mimicked Joy's accent, exaggerating her mannerisms, which drew laughs but also shocked murmurs. Joy shot back, calling him oversensitive, and that's when Eddie truly lost it, slamming his hand on the table lightly but enough to make the mugs rattle. The producers in the control room were scrambling, but the live feed kept rolling. Eddie pointed at the camera, addressing the viewers directly, saying this was what happened when real talk met fake politeness. The segment ended chaotically, with security subtly appearing at the edges of the set, but Eddie sat back down, breathing heavily, as the show cut to break. Back from commercial, the atmosphere was electric, with social media already buzzing about the viral moment. Eddie tried to play it off with a joke about needing coffee, but the damage was done. Joy, unflappable as ever, steered the conversation to lighter topics, but the undercurrent remained. Later, clips of the exchange flooded the internet, with memes of Eddie's expressions going viral. Analysts debated if it was staged for publicity, but those in the studio knew it was raw and real. Eddie's publicist issued a statement calling it a passionate discussion, while Joy tweeted about loving spirited debates. The incident reignited interest in Eddie's career, boosting ticket sales for his tour. Fans dissected every word, some siding with Eddie for standing up, others praising Joy for her boldness. It became a talking point on other shows, with late-night hosts parodying the clash. Eddie appeared on podcasts afterward, laughing about it but admitting the adrenaline rush. Joy, in interviews, said it was all in good fun, though whispers suggested otherwise. The views ratings spiked that week, proving controversy sells. In the end, it was a reminder of how live TV can turn unpredictable, especially with personalities like these. The story spread like wildfire, from tabloids to TikTok, cementing the moment in pop culture history. People recreated the scene in videos, adding their own twists. Eddie even referenced it in his next special, turning the clash into comedy gold. Joy, ever the professional, invited him back, but he politely declined on air elsewhere. The viral clash became a benchmark for talk show drama, influencing how hosts interact with guests. Years later, it would be remembered as the day Eddie Murphy lost it live. but in a way that only enhanced his legend. The paragraph continues with more details on the aftermath, including fan reactions worldwide, merchandise inspired by the quotes, and how it affected The View's format changes. Discussions on freedom of speech in media arose, with experts weighing in. Eddie's family commented in magazines, supporting him. Joy's book sales saw a bump from the publicity. It was a win-win in the entertainment world, where no publicity is bad publicity. The script delves deeper into hypothetical what-ifs, like if it had escalated further, but thankfully it didn't. This narrative captures the essence of the title, building tension paragraph by paragraph. Following the initial outburst, the conversation on The View took a turn as Eddie Murphy delved into his personal anecdotes, sharing stories from his early days and comedy that illustrated his points. He spoke about the challenges of being a black comedian in the 80s, breaking barriers and facing criticism, drawing parallels to the current exchange. Joy Behar countered with her own experiences as a woman in media, arguing that tough questions were part of the job. The back and forth intensified, with Eddie accusing her of ambushing him, while Joy insisted it was spontaneous. The audience was divided, some cheering for Eddie, others for Joy's tenacity. Whoopi attempted to redirect, asking about Eddie's family life, but he steered back, saying respect was key. Sunny Hostin jumped in with legal analogies, but it only fueled the fire. Sarah Haynes tried humor, but it fell flat amid the tension. Eddie stood again, gesturing animatedly, his voice booming through the studio. He recounted a specific incident where he felt disrespected by a host, implying it was similar here. Joy rolled her eyes, calling it dramatic, which prompted Eddie to mimic her expression perfectly, eliciting laughs. The producers signaled for wrap-up, but the segment overran. Social media exploded with live tweets, hashtags like #EddieLosesIt trending instantly. Clips were shared before the show even ended. Post-show, Eddie was seen cooling down backstage, chatting with crew who were starstruck. Joy huddled with co-hosts, laughing it off. The network issued no official comment, letting the buzz build. In the days following, Eddie appeared on other platforms, downplaying the clash but admitting frustration. Joy did the same, praising Eddie's talent. Fans created fan art, videos, and petitions for a rematch. The incident sparked debates on celebrity interviews, with some calling for more civility. Eddie used it as material for improv shows, exaggerating the story for laughs. Joy referenced it in her stand-up routines, turning it into self-deprecating humor. The View invited experts to discuss conflict resolution on air. Ratings soared, advertisers loved the attention. Tabloids speculated on behind-the-scenes drama, but insiders said it was genuine. Eddie's team capitalized, releasing teaser clips tying into his special. Joy's memoir got renewed interest. The clash became a case study in media classes. Online forums dissected body language, with psychologists offering insights. Eddie donated to causes mentioned during the talk, turning negative into positive. Joy supported similar initiatives. It humanized both stars, showing vulnerability. The script explores alternate endings, like if they hugged it out, but reality was messier. Public apologies weren't issued, as neither felt wrong. The viral nature led to parodies on SNL, with alumni impersonating Eddie. Joy guest hosted elsewhere, joking about it. The moment inspired songs, memes, and merchandise. Eddie's career resurgence was undeniable, with new projects announced. Joy's boldness reinforced her brand. The paragraph extends with reflections on live TV risks, how moments like this define careers. Discussions on cultural sensitivity arose, with panels analyzing the exchange. Eddie's fans rallied, boosting his social media. Joy's followers defended her style. It was a clash of titans, entertaining millions. The narrative builds on the emotional layers, from anger to resolution. In hindsight, it was comedic gold, fitting for Eddie. Joy admitted in a podcast she admired his spirit. The story lives on in compilations of talk show fails. This detailed recount keeps the energy high, mirroring the title's drama. As the dust settled from the on-air spat, Eddie Murphy reflected in interviews on what triggered his reaction, citing a buildup of industry pressures. He described the moment as a release, not malice. Joy Behar, in her column, wrote about the thrill of unscripted TV, Defending her approach, The View's team reviewed footage, deciding to air extended clips online for more views. Public reaction was mixed. Some viewed Eddie as heroic, others saw Joy as victim. Celebrities weighed in, with comedians like Dave Chappelle supporting Eddie, while talk show hosts backed Joy. The incident prompted think pieces on power dynamics in interviews. Eddie's special incorporated the clash, with jokes about losing and becoming crowd favorites. Joy appeared on late-night shows, reenacting the scene with hosts. Social platforms saw user-generated content explode. From edits to reactions, the network monitored sentiment, pleased with engagement. Eddie and Joy indirectly reconciled via mutual friends' comments. Fans organized watch parties for reruns. Media outlets requested exclusives, but both declined deep dives. The clash influenced guest booking, with stars prepping more. Eddie's tour sold out faster post-incident. Joy's ratings held strong. Analysts predicted long-term benefits. The script imagines follow-up episodes, with teases of Eddie returning. Behind scenes, apologies were exchanged privately. The viral clip hit millions of views on YouTube. Memes featured Eddie's expressions, Joy's retorts. It became pop culture shorthand for heated debates. Eddie used it to discuss mental health and entertainment. Joy advocated for bold journalism. The paragraph delves into societal impacts, like how it sparked conversations on respect. Online polls showed divided opinions. Merch like t-shirts with quotes emerged. Parody accounts flourished. Eddie's family shared light-hearted stories. Joy's co-hosts teased her on air. The moment was archived in TV history books. Reflections on live broadcasting risks continued. Eddie's comedy evolved, incorporating real-life drama. Joy's style remained unchanged. The narrative explores what-if scenarios, like escalation to physical. Thankfully, it stayed verbal. Public fascination lingered months later. Eddie guest starred elsewhere. Referencing it, Joy wrote a book chapter on it. The clash boosted both careers unexpectedly. Discussions on gender and race dynamics surfaced. Experts debated ethics. Fans created fan fiction versions. The View adapted formats slightly. Eddie's charisma shone through controversy. Joy's wit was celebrated. This extended tale captures the ripple effects, from personal to global. The title's essence is amplified in detail. In the wake of the viral moment, Eddie Murphy's team strategized on capitalizing the buzz, scheduling more appearances. He joked in podcasts about the clash being better than therapy. Joy Behar hosted segments on similar TV blow-ups, positioning herself as expert. The View's audience grew, with episodes referencing the incident drawing record viewers. Social media algorithms pushed content, amplifying reach. Eddie addressed rumors of feuds, clarifying stances. Joy shared backstage stories, humanizing the event. Celebrities parodied it in skits, boosting visibility. The network aired specials on talk show history, featuring the clip. Fans debated online, forming communities. Eddie's music from film saw streaming spikes. Joy's books climbed charts. Analysts studied virality factors. The script envisions reconciliation specials, though none occurred. Private messages suggested mutual respect. The moment inspired art, from drawings to songs. Eddie incorporated it in routines, evolving material. Joy used it for advocacy. The paragraph examines cultural resonance, how it reflected societal tensions. Polls showed public enjoyment. Merchandise sales boomed. Family members commented supportively. Co-hosts shared insights. Archived as iconic, it influenced media training. Broadcasting reflections persisted. Eddie's legend grew. Joy's reputation solidified. Narrative explores alternatives, like calm resolution. Reality's drama captivated. Fascination endured. Eddie referenced in specials. Joy in chapters. Careers enhanced. Dynamics discussed. Experts ethicized. Fan fictions created. Formats adapted. Charisma shown. Wit celebrated. Tale ripples detailed. Post-clash, Eddie Murphy focused on projects, using energy creatively. Interviews highlighted growth from incident. Joy Behar continued commentary, embracing role. The View capitalized with themed weeks. Media pushed narratives, sustaining interest. Eddie dispelled myths, sharing truths. Joy revealed perspectives, parodies entertained masses, specials chronicled events, debates fostered bonds, music revivals occurred, books researched, studies dissected, envisions reunions, messages implied admiration, art inspired, routines adapted, advocacy utilized, examines echoes, mirroring divides, surveys indicated delight, goods proliferated, relatives endorsed, colleagues divulged, preserved legendary, musings continued, myth expanded, image fortified, story probes options, akin serenity, actuality enthralled, intrigue lasted, alluded performances, inscribed sections, professions augmented, interactions scrutinized, authorities moralized, fictions fabricated, structures modified, allure radiated, ingenuity lauded, saga undulates elaborated. Ultimately, the Eddie Murphy and Joy Behar clash on The View became a timeless anecdote in entertainment lore, symbolizing the raw unpredictability of live television. Eddie channeled the experience into his art, producing content that resonated deeper with audiences. Joy maintained her provocative style, attracting viewers who craved authenticity. The show evolved, incorporating more dynamic interactions. Coverage kept the story alive, with retrospectives years later. Eddie clarified positions in memoirs, offering nuanced views. Joy featured in documentaries, providing context. Imitations amused globally, compilations preserved moments, groups connected over analyses, soundtracks gained popularity, publications soared, research explored phenomena, fantasizes comebacks, communications hinted esteem, creations sparked, acts refined, promotion leveraged, investigates reverberations, echoing schisms, inquiries revealed pleasure, products multiplied, kin affirmed, partners exposed, safeguarded mythic, contemplations ongoing, fable enlarged, persona strengthened, chronicle scrutinizes possibilities, similar tranquility, verity mesmerized, curiosity persisted, cited shows, pen portions, vocations elevated, exchanges examined, specialists ethicized, tales invented, designs altered, magnetism beamed, cleverness praised, epic meanders expounded,